welcome to the show. I'm Mike.
And I'm Rainbow.
And we'd also like to welcome you to another episode of our A Window on the World. See, I did a window and the world. Yeah. This month, we will be reading a story called Horses Will Always Find Their Way Home.
I have to say, Mike, when I read the title of today's article, I was a little bit surprised.
Really? Now, why is that, Rainbow?
Well, when you think of animals that are good at finding their way home, usually you're not really thinking about horses.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. We should explain to everyone that finding your way home is what you do when you get lost. If most of us find ourselves in a strange place, we can maybe look at a map or use the GPS function on our smartphones or even ask a person to give us directions so that we can find our way home. For animals, though, things are a little bit more basic.
No Google Maps, right?
No Google Maps.
That's right. Many kinds of animals have a natural ability to find their way home. Pigeons are famous for being able to fly home. Dogs can get themselves back home after getting lost. And there are also many sea animals like whales or salmon that can travel hundreds or thousands of miles across the ocean and still end up where they wanted to be. But horses...
Yeah, now you mention it, I'm not sure I've ever heard a story of a lost horse that found its way home. Well, I guess that means that today's story will come with a few surprises. But before we get to it, we have one more surprise for you. Rainbow has all the details about today's vocabulary. Take it away, Rainbow.
今天的文章要带大家看一个故事，叫做 Horses will always find their way home. 为什么会有马在找回家的路呢？先带大家看4个单字。第一个 trace， 追踪是个动词。同学们一定有看过侦探电影小说，里面呢有说用 GPS 来 trace one's location， 追踪一个人的位置。The detective used a GPS tracker to trace the missing girl's location.The detective used a GPS tracker to trace the missing girl's location. 侦探使用 GPS 跟踪器来追踪失踪女孩的位置。第二个单字 woods， 树林、森林是个名词。童话故事很多都发生在 woods 里面。它这样子开始 ：A long, long time ago, there was a house in the woods.A long, long time ago, there was a house in the woods. 很久很久以前，有一个房子在树林里面。第三个单字 cross， 越过是个动词，通常 cross 用来形容过马路 ，cross the street， 也可以是 cross the river， 过了一条河。In the Lord of the Rings series, Sam and Frodo had to cross many rivers to get to their destination. In the Lord of the Rings series, Sam and Frodo had to cross many rivers to get to their destination. 在魔戒系列里面 Sam 还有 Frodo 必须跨越许多条河，达到他们的目的地。最后一个单字 field， 田地、原野是个名词。有一首经典的 Beatles 披头士老歌叫做 Strawberry Fields Forever， 永远的草莓地。当然我们也可以有各种不同的 fields。苗栗 has many strawberry fields where you can pick your own strawberries. 苗栗 has many strawberry fields where you can pick your own strawberries. 苗栗有许多草莓田地，你可以在里面自己采草莓。好，现在我们已经看完今天的单字例句，接下来一起回到课文中。
A man found a horse in his yard one day. It looked lost and thirsty, so he gave it water. Then he got on its back and guided it toward the road. The man let the horse trace its steps. They came to a path at the edge of the woods, and the horse turned onto it. After some time, they left the woods.
Explanation 1.
Okay, so now that we know all about our new vocabulary, let's get to the story.
So remember, our title is Horses Will Always Find Their Way Home. And the first sentence of the story tells us, a man found a horse in his yard one day. Wow, that must have really surprised him. Imagine waking up one day, making yourself a cup of coffee or just a glass of juice, and then suddenly you're looking out the window and there's a horse standing there in your front yard?
I think I would very quickly spit out my coffee and then wonder what the heck I'm going to do to get the horse out of my yard. Especially before he starts to eat all of my flowers. But the man in our story, he doesn't seem to be too surprised by what he has found. We read, it looked lost and thirsty, so he gave it water. Oh, what a nice guy.
That's nice.
Yeah.
He doesn't want the horse to get sick or something and then fall down in his yard, right? Because if he did, then how would he move it?
That's an excellent point. So, now that he has given the horse a drink, what does he do next?
The story tells us, then he got on its back and guided it toward the road. It's a good thing that this man knows how to ride a horse.
Right. If it was me, I'd probably just be trying to push that horse out of my yard, and that would probably be a bad idea. Okay, before we read on, let's go over to our good friend Daphne, who has today's very first grammar point for us.
大家好，我是 Daphne。今天的第一则文法是 A guides B toward place， 意思是 A 引导 B 前往某地。Guide 在这里是及物动词，为点点点带路、带领的意思。后方先接人当受词，再用地方介系词 toward 朝向引出目的地。例如 The firefighter guided us toward the emergency exit. 消防队员引导我们前往紧急出口。
Okay, so the man who found the horse is now trying to ride it to see if he can find the horse's owner. And the next sentence of the story tells us, the man let the horse trace its steps. So the horse seems to know the way. We're not sure if it's the way home, but at least the horse is going somewhere. And in the next sentence we read, they came to a path at the edge of the woods, and the horse turned onto it. I hope the horse knows where this path leads. Well, we can find out after the second grammar point from Daphne.
第二则文法是 at the edge of 加名词，意思是在点点点边缘。地方介系词 at 是在的意思 ，edge 是名词边缘、边界的意思，合在一起 at the edge of 加名词就是在点点点边缘。例如 Beckett stood at the edge of the cliff. 贝克特站在峭崖边缘。
Okay, so we've almost reached our break, but first we have this final short sentence which reads, after some time, they left the woods. So they have found their way out of the woods, and we've found our way to our break. Let's take it, and then we'll be back with the second part of today's article.
They crossed a big field. At the end of it, a farmer was waiting. He smiled and said,
I knew Polaris would find her way home. She always does.
Explanation 2.
Okay, let's get back to our story.
So, the man and the lost horse have left the woods and they're continuing on. The next sentence tells us they crossed a big field. Wow, so this horse really was a long way from home.
Yep, he was well and truly lost. But don't worry, it looks like their long journey is almost over. Phew. After they cross the field, we next read, at the end of it, a farmer was waiting. Could it be the farmer that lost the horse?
Let's hope so. And the next sentence tells us, he smiled and said, I knew Polaris would find her way home. She always does. Yay! Polaris is home. That horse really knew where she was going.
It worked out rather well, didn't it? The horse followed her nose and found her way back home. Well done, Polaris, and well done to you guys, because we've reached the end of the article. But we do still have one more grammar point before we finish off, so let's check that out now.
第三则文法是 find one's way home， 意思是找到某人回家的路。find 是及物动词找到的意思，三态是 find、found、way 是名词路，后方如果搭配地方副词 home 回家，合在一起 find one's way home。就是找到回家的路。如果搭配地方副词 back 回来，合在一起 find one's way back 就是找到回来的路。如果要搭配一般地方名词，则要说 find one's way to place。例如 Emma found her way to the museum。艾玛找到去博物馆的路。
Okay, folks, that's it for us. We finished the story of Polaris the Lost Horse, but for you tomorrow, we'll have another interesting article about animals who are great at finding their way home. So come back to join us for that. We'll see you then.
Bye-bye.
Horses will always find their way home. A man found a horse in his yard one day. It looked lost and thirsty, so he gave it water. Then he got on its back and guided it toward the road. The man let the horse trace its steps. They came to a path at the edge of the woods, and the horse turned onto it. After some time, they left the woods. They crossed a big field. At the end of it, a farmer was waiting. He smiled and said,
I knew Polaris would find her way home. She always does.
我们常说有图有真相啦，英文怎么表达？
欢迎来到就爱讲英文，我是 Holly。
I am Shane。哎 ，Holly， 我昨天我有跟蔡依林吃饭。
我才不相信你跟蔡依林吃饭。
I did。
有吗
Yeah. Why don't you believe me?
我真的不相信啊。照片。
Oh, that's I forgot my phone. I'll show you later. But
有
it's true.
图才有真相。我跟你说，世界上就是有很多这样的人，讲了很多好像做很酷的事情，或是会说他会做很大的事情，结果都没有行动，或是没有证据。OK， 所以这就是我们今天的主题啦，怎么表达呢？我今天没有亲眼看到之前，我是不会相信的。
对，所以 I won't believe it until I see it.
就是
I won't believe you had dinner with that hot chick until I see the proof.
Yeah,
the
I won't believe you had dinner with Tsai Ing until I see the picture.
Yeah. So I won't believe it until I see it. Or you can say, I'll believe it when I see it.
哦，所以这就是比较正向的讲法，就是等我亲眼看到的时候，我就会相信的。OK， 那比如说就是我这个人就是一直想要说我之后会做很伟大的事情，然后可是他一直都没有行动，怎么办？
Actions speak louder than words.
所以其实你的动作、你的付出，比你在那边讲来讲去还要更重要。
我看到，我会觉得 OK， 是真的。可是如果真的一直谁会相信你？
那如果他真的就是一直讲都没有行动，你还可以跟他说什么？
Less talk, more action.
啊，不要讲那么多，动作比较重要。
Less
做
talk,
比较重要。
more action. So
Okay.
don't talk, do it.
Okay, yeah,
Right?
just do it. 这样
Some people, they'll always tell you what to do. Like, oh, you should save the planet and you should be kind to other people. But then maybe later they will 欺负别人 or they just 乱丢他们的垃圾。
所以其实有一些人很喜欢对人家说教，对不对？就是你应该这样做，你应该要多回收，你应该要对人家好，怎样怎样。可是其实他们一直这样子跟人家说教，其实自己都没有以身作则。
So they should practice what they preach.
所以他们就是要自己以身作则 ，practice what they preach.
Yeah, so practice what you preach. Do you practice what you preach?
Yeah.
Okay, let's find out in live action.
You know I really care about you, right?
Actions speak louder than words. I thought you said you were going to take me to Europe on vacation.
I told you, I'm saving all my money by working extra jobs. We'll be there before you know it.
I'll believe it when I see it. Less talk, more action. Number 1. Actions speak louder than words.
Number 2, I won't believe it until I see it.
Number 3. I'll believe it when I see it.
Number 4, practice what you preach.
Number 5. Less talk, more action.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看我们1分钟的单元。在这1分钟的时间里面，我们要复习4个单字，还要造4个例句。同学们准备好没？1分钟计时开始。第一个单字叫做追踪，追踪要怎么说呢？它是用 trace 这个字 ，trace 追踪。The police traced the car to an old factory。警方跟踪那台车，一直追它，追踪到一间老旧的工厂。好，第二个单字呢是树林或是森林。你可能知道森林也许有 forest 这个字，我们还可以学 W 开头叫做 woods。Woods 很多木头就变成森林了。They went camping in the woods。他们去森林里面露营。好，第3个单字呢，它可以指越过，像跨越马路啊，越过河啊，这个字叫什么呢 ？Cross。它也可以指十字架。Okay, you should always look both sides before crossing the road。每次要穿越马路之前，你都应该先注意左右两边的来车哦。第4个单字，它可以指田地或是原野、田野，这字叫什么呢 ？Field。There's a big tree among the fields。田野之中有一棵大树，金城武树。好，太好了，我们在1分钟之内完成任务，顺利复习完4个单字，同学们表现很棒哦，在家也要多多复习。那我们下次见，拜拜。